Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask and Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And remember, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read two of my favorite positive comments from previous videos. And these are going to be a lot of fun. I love all of your comments. Thank you so much. So last week, I did a video about unhealthy relationships. And boy, did I get a lot of responses from that video. A lot of people inboxed me or emailed me or hit me up on Instagram and were talking to me or in the comment section about how either themselves or other people that they know are experiencing a lot of the things that I talked about under the unhealthy relationships category, which was very not surprising but sad to me. But we'll get more into that one later. Today, what I want to do is talk about signs of a healthy relationship, because a lot of people told me they had never really been in one. And I don't think I've ever been in one. I think I have some platonic relationships. I know I have some platonic relationships that are healthy, but I'm talking about romantic ones. So today I'm going to tell you the main signs that I found that you are in a healthy relationship. Now, most healthy relationships will have most of these components, and things can go wrong at times. Your partner and you aren't perfect, so you might make mistakes in this area, but the majority of the time you guys should both be playing by the rules, in a positive way. And these are the signs that I've seen online and from what people have said to me that your relationship is healthy. The number one sign, I'm going to tell you that one first. The number one sign is open communication. If you and your partner are able to communicate with each other openly and honestly, that's the most important. A lot of people I've asked about this, I mean like an overwhelming percentage said that this is the number one sign of a healthy relationship. Likewise, this is the number one thing that breaks a lot of couples up. So it's one of the most important ones. So it says open communication. What does it mean to have open, honest communication? Well, that means you can talk to the person about things without fear that it's going to be a fight, it's going to be negativity, they're not going to understand you. Because even if your partner doesn't agree with you, in a healthy relationship, you should be able to talk it through and work through it and come up with at least some type of compromise that you can do in the meantime. Okay? Now, open communication is really important for a lot of reasons, but one of the things, I'm going to give you guys an example. One of the reasons why I talk about this one first is because I know so many people who have a secret that they're not telling their significant other. And if your communication is open, you won't feel so scared to tell them the truth. A lot of times I'll tell a person, just tell the truth. And they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, truth? What is that? I'm like, duh. And they're like, no, my partner's going to riff. My partner's going to cry. My partner's going to snap. And I'm like, that's not the sign of an open, healthy communication. I know somebody who gave birth. I told you I was going to give you an example. I know somebody that gave birth, and the child does not belong to the husband. The other kids do. The first kids do. But the last time they gave birth to a child that does not belong to the husband. And this person, she's a client, has never told her husband. So mind you, years and years have passed. It's been, a long time. Now, you and I can both understand why this would be something difficult to say. But it's been 11 years. I think he's 12 now. About 12 years. And the father and the child do not know this information. Now, if they had been able to openly communicate before the affair took place, whatever, caused that situation to occur, then we wouldn't be dealing with this now. You see? I have another client who has a non-life threatening, incurable sexually transmitted disease. And her partner does not know. She's never told her partner. Luckily enough for her, the situation, I'm calling it a situation, the STD is one that is reoccurring. It flares up, you know? And she hasn't had a flare up since her and his partner got together. And I'm like, so what happens when you do? What are you going to say? So these are the kind of things I'm talking about. If you have an open communication, you'll be able to say these kind of things to each other. And a lot of these things are not pleasant, as you see. But if you're able to talk about them, you're able to work through them. The next one says quality time together. Healthy couples spend time together. I know couples that spend no time together. And I'm like, why are you in a relationship? I know couples that live in different parts of the world and they come together sometimes. I don't know what that's about. I know couples that live in the same house and spend no time together. And I'm looking at them like, what are you doing? So healthy couples at least spend some time together. Not all their time, but they do things together. They also, number 3, have shared values. So they value the same things. They believe in the same kind of things. Like they want to have a 401k. They want to, retire at some point in time. And those are just goals. I'm going to get more into values. So they believe in honesty. They believe in their marriage or their relationship. They believe in treating people right. They believe in kindness. And they both share these values. If one of you believes in these things and the other person doesn't, the relationship is not going to work out very well. It's for both of you. One of you might be okay, but the other one's going to be unhappy. Likewise, healthy couples have a mutual respect for each other. So they both respect each other and they try to deal with each other and treat each other with respect. I have a tendency to buy things online, and there's one place I like to get things from, Instagram live sales. And I know this couple and they sell crystals, and what drew me to buying things from their shop versus the millions of other Instagram live shops was I like how they talk to each other. They talk to each other with respect. And you can tell that this is natural to them because they're not like thinking carefully about what to say before they say it. It just comes out. And I'm like, wow, you can tell by their vibe that they mutually respect each other. And this is very important. If one of you is disrespecting the other, or you're both disrespecting each other, which I see a lot. I see couples screaming at each other, calling each other names. That is total disrespect, and it's disgusting. And it's not a good relationship. Again, not a healthy one. Realistic expectations. In a healthy relationship, both people have realistic expectations about what they're going to do, and how they're going to achieve the goals and things that they have set. And if one person has unrealistic ideas and the other person doesn't, they're going to have a hard time getting them to tone it down in certain areas. And the other person who has the unrealistic ideas might find the realistic person to be annoying. Here you come with all that reality again, So they may have some trouble in that area, especially when it comes to money. So unrealistic expectations a lot of times lead them to not agreeing about what we're going to buy, what we're going to spend our money on. I want to buy a yacht. And you want to put it into the savings, So that right there can be a big problem between a couple. Ongoing support. Healthy couples support each other in whatever way they need, emotionally, spiritually, physically. They support each other ongoing, not sometimes. I see a lot of couples that fall into this. They support each other when they feel like it. And that's not a good idea, because the other person becomes resentful of the fact that you're not continuously supporting them. Strong sense of trust. Healthy couples trust each other. Okay? So that's why I tell people about that cheating. Just tell the person, I want to have an open relationship, and go from there. Stick to that and go with that. Because if you don't trust each other, in my opinion, you don't really have a relationship. And a lot of you out there, including myself, have had relationships with people that we didn't trust. And most of us are not with that person anymore. Or while we were with that person, it wasn't, again, a healthy relationship. We kind of had them, in a lot of cases, we just couldn't trust them, kept them at an arm's distance, whatever the case is. But it's really sucky not to be able to trust your partner, just to do basic things. Making shared decisions. Healthy couples make decisions together. It's not just one of them saying, this is what we're going to do, and if you don't like it, then that's it. Now, sometimes it does boil down to that. Sometimes there are situations when you're just like, look, this is what we have to do. And if we can't do it, then this relationship isn't going to last. Sometimes that does happen. But for the most part, day to day, you should be able to share in decisions, share in how the finances are going to be spent, share in when you're going to do things, maybe even dinner menus, whatever the case is. Most simple things and even some hard things should be easy for the two of you to share in the decision. And a lot of couples, I see one person making a decision and the other person just kind of dragging along. And when I talk to the person that drags along, half of the time they're resentful about the decisions that the other person has made, but they haven't done anything to show up in the decision-making process, or they haven't been invited into the decision-making process. And if that continuously goes on, the other person kind of checks out of the relationship and it just dies a slow death. You feel safe. You should feel safe with your partner. You should always feel safe with your partner, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically safe. If you don't feel safe with your partner, that shouldn't be your partner. If you're afraid that your partner might hurt you or tell your business in the street, or your partner may humiliate you or embarrass you, or your partner may physically harm you, then that shouldn't be your partner. If you don't feel safe, that is a very, very bad sign. You accept each other. You should accept each other. And I'm not saying like you just like, okay, I accept whatever you do. It doesn't mean that. It means that you're not trying to change the person. It means that you accept them as they are. And that doesn't mean you're not going to call them out when they start tripping. That doesn't mean that. You are going to call them out, but you're going to call them out with respect. Again, and they're going to call you out with respect. But for the most part, day to day, you should be able to accept them as they are without trying to change them. A lot of times, this is a big mistake that women make. A lot of women make this mistake. They'll talk to me and they'll say, well, I can change her or I can change him. And I'm like, you're setting yourself up, because when it doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen, you're going to be upset about it. Let's see. You have fun. Oh my God. Remember I said you do things together? So you and your significant other should be having fun and laughing and going places. This is one of my favorite parts. Making love all day and drinking red wine. You should be having fun together. You should be having a good time at least most of the time. It's not going to be all fun and games. Things are going to happen you're going to have to deal with. But you should be able to go on vacation together and laugh together. So many couples have no laughter. And that's really sad to me. Once the laughter is gone, for me, the relationship is over. That's really sad to me. Healthy boundaries. Healthy couples have healthy boundaries with each other and with other people in their life. One of the biggest reasons why I left a lot of people that I spent time with romantically is because they didn't have boundaries. And I didn't like how their family, their friends, their kids, whoever spilled into our relationship or just over the line. If you don't know what a healthy boundary is, then you got a real problem, because people are always going to impose and, like I said, cross that line. So a couple should have healthy boundaries with each other and other people in their lives. And a lot of couples fight about this. I know a lot of people who fight about somebody's mama is nosy. I've heard that one a number of times. Somebody's sister or somebody's family member takes advantage of them, and then you as the partner have to deal with that backlash. I've heard a lot of couples break up behind unhealthy boundaries with other people or with each other. If your partner tells you they're not comfortable with something, I've heard people try to make their partner or push their partner to do something that they don't want to do. And the results generally end badly. And mutual affection is the next one. Healthy couples have mutual affection. Like you see them hugging and kissing and holding hands, or you might not see it. It might be something that they do. Some couples don't like PDAs, public displays of affection. So you might not see it, but they have it. You know, maybe behind closed doors or whatever. They hold hands, they hug each other, and it's mutual. One of the most cringy things I've ever seen with a couple is when one of them is trying to love up on the other one, and the other one is like, get off me, or pushing them off. I saw a couple, you know those kiss cams that they have at like stadiums and sports events? They had the camera going, this one couple, and homeboy went in for a kiss and she mushed him. She grabbed him by the face and mushed him. And I was like, ugh, their affection is off. Something happened today or something is wrong. Healthy couples also enjoy time apart. So they spend time together and they spend time apart. So a healthy couple, both of them should have outside interests that they do with their friends or their family or by themselves. A healthy couple, because they can trust each other, is going to be okay with that. And it's not going to be all the time, like they're always by themselves. They're always doing something. It's like a mix, a balance, as I will call it. Healthy couples have healthy disagreements. Healthy couples do have disagreements. You're not going to agree with your partner about everything. That's just the bottom line. Your partner is going to say and do things sometimes you're not going to want to do. They're going to be like, okay, let's go to Atlantic City, and you're not going to want to go again. You know, you're going to have disagreements. They're going to want to buy something and you're going to want to save your money. You know, there's going to be times when you disagree. So the thing about it is not that you're going to be perfect and you're never going to have a disagreement, but that you're going to treat each other with respect during disagreements. So if you want to do something and I don't want to do it, I'm not telling you like and cussing you out about it. I'm just like, look, I would rather not do that. Can we think of a compromise? And then a healthy couple will sit together and think of alternatives and which one is acceptable to both of them. They'll both bend a little. Healthy couples compromise, and that's how you're able to get through disagreements in a good way. Healthy couples feel a sense of belonging. You do feel like you kind of belong to each other in a way, not over the top, jealousy, but you do feel like that's my person, or if it's in a poly relationship, those are my persons, because there's a special bond with you that you don't have with other people. And that's okay. It's just not okay when it becomes a uncontrollable jealousy. And the last one is, in a healthy relationship, you inspire each other. Remember, we talked about supporting each other. And part of that support is you inspire each other. You give each other ideas, you motivate each other, things along those lines. So all of these are signs of a healthy relationship. If you have many of these going on in your relationship, you are more than likely in a healthy relationship. If you're missing the majority of these, you need to reevaluate your relationship. And remember, I want to tell you something. A lot of people look at their relationship and they're like, oh snap, this needs to change. The first thing you have to do is talk to your partner. And you and your partner have to agree on the fact that things need to change. Because I've had clients who've wanted to change, but their partner didn't agree, and they tried to make them change, and that doesn't work either. You and your partner have to agree on making changes. And if they're not willing to make changes and you know you need to make changes, that's when you got to consider changing your partner. All right, so let's read out some of my favorite comments from the comment section. Number one is from David. Hi, David. Welcome. David publicly subscribed to me a week ago. Welcome. Oh, you're a new person. Hey. David said, love your energy. Thank you, David, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting. The last one came from Myra Martinez. Myra said, I love a secure person. That's mandatory for me. Yeah, an insecure person is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm sorry. They're going to be a pain in the ass. They're always going to be accusing you of things. They're always going to be upset about something. An insecure person is going to be a difficult partner. They're going to think you're cheating all the time in a lot of cases. And they're constantly putting themselves down. I've been with insecure partners before, and it wasn't fun. And as you can see, we're not together. It's horrible for a relationship. All right, guys, if you want to contact me, all of my information is underneath this video. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to get a reading done, email me and I'll hook you up. See you later.